Hey, welcome everybody. Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV, 1971 Athletics. This is my deep drive replay, and I'm transitioning from version 2 to version 3. I'm keeping the data on Replay Baseball, but it's in an old computer because I started this about 2 years ago. And let's see, just want to take a look at the Oakland A's. It's going to be the Oakland A's at Chicago, at the Chicago White Sox. And the A's are 50 and 30. And it's Dick Williams. They're first in the AL West. The White Sox are third in the AL West. They're 38 and 40. And let's go over the lineups real quick. It's Angel Mangual, center fielder. Joe Rudi, the left fielder. Reggie Jackson in right field. Batting cleanup is Tommy Davis, the first baseman. Sal Bando at third base. Fifth. Sixth is Dave Duncan, the catcher. Larry Brown, the shortstop, batting seventh. Eighth is Dick Green, the second baseman. And Diego Segui is the pitcher. That's for the A's. And for the hometown White Sox, it's Walt Williams, the right fielder. Jay Johnstone, the center fielder. Rich McKinney, second baseman. Bill Melton, the third baseman, cleanup. Rick Reichart, the left fielder. Carlos May, the first baseman. Tom Egan, the catcher. Rich Morales, the shortstop. And Joe Magnuson is the pitcher. And let's do this. Let's roll 3 dice. And where is my ball field? Here it is. There's the ball field. Oh, let's slide this down just a little bit here. A little space for the ball field. Get rid of these for the other game. And play ball. It's going to be a 31, so that's going to be off Mangual. Now it's 0 to 49 on the batter card, 50 to 99 on the pitcher card, but then you always have the deep drive chart, and that can come off of either card. So it's a 31. You look at the 31. That's going to be an out range. Then you look at the green, right? You read the red, the white, and then the green. And the green says fly ball to right. And right there is Walt Williams for out number 1. That's how easy it is to play this game. It's about $15 for every player. They've got about, I don't know, about eight or 9 seasons. Here's Joe Rudi. What's Joe Rudi batting? Let's take a quick look. I have all the data, all the stats for my replay. 238. In reality, he batted 267. So and that's going to be a 98. So that's going to be off the pitcher card, and that's going to be an out. And a 1 out is a pop-up. Middle infield, shortstop, and second baseman come together, and it's Morales who calls off McKinney for out number 2. And here's Reginald Martinez Jackson, and he is batting 289. In reality, he batted 277. Here's the pitch. That's a 29, and that'll be strike 3, and that ends the inning. 3 up and 3 down for Joe Magnuson. Magnuson was in 15 games, 30 innings pitched, 4.50 ERA. That's what I got on him. And here's Walt Williams, right-handed hitter. That's going to be a 24, and that's going to be an out. The green is a 7, and that's a fly ball to left. Joe Rudi, he's there. 1 away. Johnstone, a lefty. And a 30 will be an out. A 3 is a bouncer to the first baseman, Tommy Davis. 2 away. Here's Rich McKinney. And that's an 88. That's off the pitcher. It'll be an out. And the 6 is a hard hit ground ball to the shortstop. And today it's Larry Brown. He picks it up and makes the throw on target to retire the side. 3 up and 3 down. Top of the second. And it's going to be Tommy Davis leading off. He bats from the right side. That's a snake eyes, and that'll be a ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. All right, Sal Bando's up next. Pitch for Magnuson, a 59, and that's going to be a single. So back-to-back singles. And Davis, runner advancement chart on a single. Oh, there it is. Okay, got it. So first and second, and here comes Dave Duncan. I had my AC down so low, I was freezing. So I drinking some hot chocolate, and it's really hot outside, but inside it's cold. It's like a meat freezer in here. Dave Duncan's up with first and second. Pitch for Magnuson. So 41. So that's an out, and a 1 is going to be a pop-up. And that's the left side. Third baseman Melton in fair territory on the outfield grass, and he makes the catch. Next is Larry Brown. Pitch, and that's a 64, which will be ball 4, and that's going to load the bases. So the A's have the bases loaded here in the top of the second inning with Dick Green batting. Dick Green's batting 231. In reality, he batted 244. Pitch from Magnuson. It's going to be an 85. And with a 5, there's going to be a hard hit ground ball right at the second baseman. He flips to short for 1, back to first. Double play, 4-6-3. And they turn it. Now I'm just going to double check this because this is version 3. And it is a 4H, and with the bases loaded, a double play. The double play. Runner on first, out in front end of the double play. Okay. And that ends the inning. They leave a couple. No runs. 2 hits, 2 left. And a big double play turned by the Green. No double play number. All right. So here is Bill Melton leading off against Segui. Here's the pitch, and that's a 65, is a strikeout. 1 down. Reichart next. Rick Reichart, he plays left field with a 42. That's off Reichart, and a 9 is a fly to center. Center fielder Mangual is there. 2 down. And here's Carlos May with a 60. That's off the pitcher. Ball 4. He trots down at first with a 2-out walk. And Tommy Egan, the catcher, had 300 plate appearances. He played about half the season with a 78. And that'll be an out. A 9 is a fly to center field. And that ends the inning. No runs, no hits, a walk, 1 left. And we move to the top of the third. Still no score. We are playing Deep Drive Baseball version 3. Here's Segui with a 0-8. Struck him out. Pitcher's bat, right? Back in 1971. So not anymore, but back then they did. Angel Mangual with an 80, and that's going to be an out with a 1. Green 1 is a pop-up. And on the infield grass is a shortstop. Morales, 2 down. Here's Joe Rudy, popped up in his first at bat with a 92, and that'll be an out and a 9, and that's a deep drive to center field. Backing up all the way to the track is Johnstone, and that ends the inning. He's got it. Bottom of the third, no score. Rich Morales leading off against Diego Segui, 47. That'll be an out, and that's ripped and caught by the second baseman, Green. So Morales got good wood on it, ripped it, but the second baseman was positioned perfectly. Went up for it and brought it back down. All right, here's Magnuson with a 0-3, and that's a check swing, and they look at the first base umpire. He went around, rings him up. Diego Segui now looks in for the sign. He winds and deals to Walt Williams, and that's a 27 with a 1 that's popped up. Right side, second baseman Green puts it away, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down, easy inning for Segui. Jim Magnuson facing Reginald Martinez Jackson. Here's the pitch. That's a 40, rolling some high numbers on a 3, and that's bounced to the third baseman. Melton fires to first, on target to first baseman Carlos May. I didn't know Carlos May played first base. I thought he was an outfielder. Tommy Davis now. He's 1 for 1 today, singled with a 35, and that's an out of 5. It's going to be ripped to second base. Second baseman McKinney throws him out, 2 down. And here's Bando. Bando with a 90, and that's off the pitcher, out of 7 is a fly to left. 10 the inning, 3 up and 3 down. So far, he's got a pitcher's duel here. Hope I didn't jinx it. All right, Jay Johnstone's up. Pitch from Segui with an 80. And an 80 with a 7 is a fly to right field. Johnstone cracks one to right, and right there is Reggie. Number 9 puts it away for the first out here in the bottom of the 4th. No score. Rich McKinney with a 92, and that would be a balk, but there's nobody on base, so there can't be a balk, so that'll be an out. And it'll be an 8, which is a fly ball to left. 2 down. Joe Rudy right there, and Bill Melton. Melton with an 84 and a 1, and that's popped up right side. First baseman Tommy Davis puts it away. No runs, no hits. We go to the top of the 5th inning. It's hard to read these. I'm using Digi Dugout. 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 5, 6. All right, top of the 5th, Duncan, Brown, and Green. Duncan's 0 for 1. Here's a pitch to Duncan with a 58, and that's line base hit to left, so a single for Duncan. He's 1 for 2 today. Larry Brown now. Here's a pitch, and that's a 67, which will be ball 4. So first and second, we're going to see a bunt. Let's see the bunt chart. Here's the bunt chart. There's only really 2 pages. Bunt chart, here it is. Hit and run, bunting. All right, let's throw 3 dice and see what happens. That's an 87, so that'll be a 2, which is an out. A regular out. Look up the out code to determine the final result. It's the 2, so 2 is, so we know who it, oh no, I'm looking at hit and run, my fault. So 2 is the catcher, it's an out, pop out, runners hold, so roll 1 die and check the following chart. So it is to the catcher, and then it's a 0, pop out, runners hold. So pop out to the catcher, so he fails to bunt. All right, and here is, so a nice play made by Tom Hegan. And that should have been Green, but that didn't really matter because we didn't look at the batter anyway. All right, so here's Segui with first and second, and we're going to, he's got a terrible card. We're going to try to bunt with him, and that's a 20, that's a strike. A strike on with a 5. Well, 5 is going to be the a strike with a 5, 2 strikes. He's going to try to bunt again, and it's a 97 this time, so that'll be a 9, which is a straight up out. The 9 is going to be the third baseman. Third baseman with a 6 is a sacrifice hit. It's a good sacrifice. So sac 5 to 4. Both runners move up. And now we have second and third with 2 outs. And here's Mangual. Pitch from Magnuson with a 72, and that's going to be defense. Going to roll on defensive chart. Let's grab the defensive chart for 71. There's a defensive chart for every different season. Here it is. Oh, that's a choice chart. My defensive chart. No, that's not it either. Do I not have difference of try? Oh, I do. Here it is. All right. We're going to roll 2d10, and that's a 29. That's going to be a 29 is going to be a range check. 29 on the center fielder. Center fielder is Johnstone, and Johnstone's number in center field is a 1. Not very good. So we rolled a 29 on a 1, and that's going to be a base hit single plus, which means that both runners with 2 outs are going to score. Because Dick Green is fast enough to score. Let's make sure. Green is at second base. Oh no, it's at Larry Brown is at second base. So Brown should be fast enough to score. And he will go up to fast because there's 2 outs. He moves up 1. So run rating, single plus, will score. So 2 runs come in on a 2-run, 2-out single by Angel Mangual. So we're going to do 6 and 7, 2 RBIs, and the A's lead at 2-0. Here's Joe Rudi. Now let's check for the starter. Can go. Ooh, he may be out of energy here. He may be out of starter. He's a starter 5. So he went 1, 2, 3, 4. So he was okay. So now he's got to be pulled. He's got to get pulled right now. And who are we going to grab? Let's see. Let's look at the actual. Let's see who we're going to grab here. Magnuson, fly out to right. We're going to call on somebody. Let's see. We're going to call on. And we're going to call on. Who's up now? A righty, a lefty, and a righty. So we're going to call on a guy named Romo. Call on Romo. Why not? Oh no, you know what? I'm going to call on a guy named Bob Johnson, who hasn't barely pitched. So Bob Johnson's going to come into the game. Bart Johnson, that's his name. Bart Johnson, and that is his hitting card. Let's find his pitching card. It's not easy because there's a lot of cards here and they're brand new. They just got cut up, so let's go over them. Pat Kelly. These are all the fielders, and here are all the pitchers now starting up. Pitcher, 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 pitcher. All right, it's Bart Johnson versus Joe Rudi. Let's write him in. Magnuson went 4 2/3. And here is the pitch. That's a 23, and that'll be an out. A 9 is a fly out. Center fielder, Johnstone. 2 runs come in on 2 hits and a walk, and the A's lead at 2-0. As we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, Rick Reichart versus Diego Segui. Diego Segui has 11 endurance points, so he's fine. And that's an 80, and 80 is going to be an out with a 9, and that'll be a fly out. Center fielder Mangual is there. Carlos May up now. He's a lefty hitter with a 14, and that's bounced up the middle and that's a 14 is bounced up the middle and through. So a base hit for Carlos May with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Up next is Tom Egan with a 77. and a 7, and that is cracked to right field. Reggie Jackson near the line, and he hauls it in. 2 down, and here's Rich Morales. Rich Morales with a 69, and that'll be strike 3 to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit. Now Johnson can go 2. All right, so he can still go here. All right, and he actually gets a +1 because he only went 1/3 of an inning and ended the inning. So Reggie Jackson's up now in the top of the 6th inning. The A's lead at 2-0. And that's going to be a 43, which will be a 4. Bounce to second base. Gobbled up by McKinney, who throws out Jackson. Tommy Davis. And that's a 9, and that is a check swing, and that falls in. A little Texas leaguer for Tommy Davis. He's 2 for 3. On at first, and Sal Bando's got good power with a 42, and that'll be an out. That is ripped, and this could be a double play. No, L6. So rips it, but at the shortstop, he goes up and comes back down with it. So 2 out. And here's Dave Duncan, who's 1 for 2. And that's a 20, and a 20 is strike 3, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We move to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's Rich Morales leading off, so we're going to have to pinch hit for him. Let's see who we're going to pinch hit with. 6 and a K. And we're going to bring a guy named Pat Kelly to pinch hit. All right, it's going to be Diego Segui versus Pat Kelly here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch from Segui. And that's going to be a 0-3, which is line base hit to right. So leadoff single for Pat Kelly. He rips one. Played on a hop by Jackson and gets it in quickly to Dick Green. And Kelly's on at first. Now Kelly, let's just go 2-0. Kind of base stealer. Oh, 14 stolen bases. And so he basically would have 28 stolen bases, but I don't think it's big to steal a base here. It's not huge. So we're not going to try to steal. Just going to swing away. Walt Williams against Diego Segui. Here's a pitch. That's a 66, which will be struck him out. 2nd, 3rd, 4th strikeout for Segui today. And Segui's been through the lineup twice, and he's gone 5, so that's 7. Hasn't given up a run. Okay, 7. And here's Johnstone running around first. Johnstone, lefty hitter. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flied out. Diego Segui checks with Duncan for the sign and sets and deals. That's an 83. That's off Segui's card with a 4, and that is ripped to short. That's going to be a tailor-made double play. Brown flips to Green, Green to Davis, and it's a 6-4-3 double play. No runs, 1 hit. Nobody left, and we move to the top of the 7th inning. Larry Brown leading it off against Vicente Romo. Who did I write? Who was that? Who pitched? I don't know. I wrote something. Oh, Johnson. Bart Johnson. I didn't finish his name. All right. And let's see here. What is 6? So it's going to be Romo. And here goes against Larry Brown, leading off. 50, that's going to be a deep drive. So we're going to read off of Larry Brown's card. And it's going to be a 90 Park with a 5. And he's a right-handed batter, and a 5 is going to be a deep fly ball to left field. And on the track is Reichart, and he makes the catch. So 1 down, using the ballpark card, and I'll show you. See, he's a right-handed batter. We rolled the 5. The green is a 5, and the 90 was a ballpark card, so you read whatever it says on the ballpark. All right. So that stays in the ballpark, and we go to Dick Green with 1 out, and nobody on. Here's a pitch to Green. That's a 13, and that is ball 4. So he walks, and it's Segui who's already sacrificed. Segui's going to try to sacrifice again. That's a 73, and that'll be a defensive check. Hold on a second. I got to check that. Yeah, bunch chart defensive check. And it says, should say something here somewhere. Result. Ball, let me see. Final result code, use modifier. Right, double off. Based on balls hit by pitch, strikes out. Okay, so it's to the third baseman. So we're going to do an error check on the third baseman. And that is here. So we're going to roll. It's going to be a hit or an error on the third baseman. Let's roll and see what happens. And that is a 96. That doesn't make any sense. I can't do that. Can't do it that way either. All right, I figured it out. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to third baseman. That's who the ball was hit to. And I re-rolled. I'm going to use the second number, 6. And the 6 is going to tell me it's in the 60s, right? It's in this area. I'm sorry, this area here in the 70s, because that's the third baseman. The 6 is going to be right here. The third baseman is Melton. And Melton is a third baseman 5, which is pretty amazing. Can't believe he's a 5, but he is. He's a 5. So the 5, he's going to make the play. So it's going to be, he's going to make the play. So there's no error. And since it's an out, we are going to roll 1 die here. And that's going to be a 9, which is going to be a good sacrifice. So another sacrifice to the third baseman who doesn't make an error. Runner's going to move up. And here's the top of the, so I've kind of figured it out how I would do it. It made a lot of sense once I thought about it for a second. All right, so here is a runner on second, 2 outs, and Mangual, who's got a 2-run single already. He's responsible for the 2 runs scored by the A's. So here's Vicente Romo, righty versus righty. Here's a pitch, and that's a 91, which is going to be a wild pitch, and that's going to send the runner to third. So he's got a straight-up wild pitch, Romo does. And hustling over to third is Green. That ball gets to the backstop and retrieved quickly by Egan. And here is Mangual with a runner on third and 2 outs. Pitch, and that is a 42, which is off the batter card. That's a crack to center field. Center fielder Johnstone, he's there. So no runs, no hits, a walk, 1 left, and we move to the bottom of the 7th inning stretch. All right, Rich McKinney. Diego Segui versus Rich McKinney. Again, Segui's still good. He's got a shutout going. All right, here's the pitch. And that's a 96, which is an out, and a 0. It is ripped, and Bando is right there. What a play. Left his feet, full extension, and grabbed that right out of the air to basically rob McKinney of a double at least. Here's Melton with a 61, and that is a ball 4. So Segui loses Melton. And Melton's on at first. Slow runner. The White Sox are down by 2 here, and here's Rick Reichart, excuse me, with a 12, and that is a bouncer through the left side, and that's a hit. Stopping at second base will be Melton. You got first and second now. and he's a slow runner as well. So right card is a slow runner. Melton is a slow runner. Here's Carlos May. So there's some movement in the Oakland bullpen. Here's a pitch by Carlos May with an 83, and that'll be an out. And an 8 is a fly ball left field. Joe Rudy drifts over and settles under it for out number 2. And here's Tom Egan now. Tom Egan bats from the right side. He's got 10 home runs. He's got a little power. Here's a pitch from Segui. Segui's gone 2, and 6 is 8. He can go 11. Here's a pitch, and that's a 27. Struck him out, and that ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left, and we move to the top of the 8th inning. What a game, huh? 2-0 Athletics. Slide this over just a little bit here because it's getting towards the end. Joe Rudy's going to lead off against Vicente Romo. He can go 2 innings, and he's in his 2nd inning now. Here's a pitch, and that's a 63, which will be a strikeout. So fastball gets Rudy. Next up is Jackson. Martinez Jackson with a 67, and he strikes out back-to-back Ks for Vicente Romo. Vicente Romo, 45 games, 3.38 ERA, 1.2 WHIP. Here's a pitch to Tommy Davis, who's got 2 hits on the day, and that's going to be a 64, and that is struck out the side. 3 up and 3 down for Romo. So it's Rich Morales leading off here. And then we're going to see a pinch hitter for Romo. Here's a pitch from Morales with a 74, and that'll be a 0. That is line and caught again by Bando. So hit right on the screws, but right at the third baseman. Gonna get a pinch hitter. See who it's going to be. One second, and then it was a 4-6-3 double play. All right, let's see who's going to pinch hit. It's going to be lefty. I got Herman and May. Let's bring in May. All right, Lee May. Pinch hitter in the 8th. And here's a pitch from Segui. An 81, and that'll be a 6, which is ripped to short. Shortstop Brown fires to first and gets May. Top of the order, Williams, 2 outs. Pitch to Williams with an 87 and a 4, which is, again, hit hard right at the shortstop. And he fields it and throws a strike to the first baseman, Davis, for out number 3. So we go to the top of the 9th. We're going to need a new pitcher now. A new pitcher for the White Sox. And let's see, who's it going to be? It's going to be, I got a guy named Foster. So we're going with a guy named Foster. Is that Terry Foster? I think so. Let's see if we can find him quickly. All right, Terry Foster versus Sal Bando on top of the 9th. The Athletics lead at 2-0. And that's a 96. And that's a 2-hopper to the second baseman, McKinney, who plays it and throws out Bando. Here's Duncan. And that's going to be a 42, and that'll be a 3, which is grounded to third. Melton fires a strike to his first baseman, May, 2 down. And here's Foster versus Larry Brown. That's a 36, and that'll be a 1, which is popped up. Left side, shortstop. Shortstop. Morales puts it away. 3 up, 3 down. All right, last licks for the White Sox. Now, Segui may not be able to go any more than this. He's gone 8, and he's faced, that's 11. So I could let him go until he, let me see how many complete, it doesn't say how many complete games he has. Wish it did, but it doesn't. But if he, I'm going to try to get him through this inning. If he gives up a hit, I got to pull him because he's already used up his points. So if he gives up a hit or a walk, then he gets pulled. Here's Johnstone. Otherwise, he can pick up a shutout. It's a 10, and that is ripped to center field for a base hit. That'll be it. And we're going to bring in a closer type. Let's see who we're going to bring in here. Johnson, 8. All right, we're going to bring in Raleigh Fingers. Yes, sir. We're going to the, call him Raleigh Fingers. All right, Raleigh Fingers is in there. He'll be facing McKinney, Melton, and Reichart. And here's a pitch to McKinney, which is an 86. That's off the pitcher and an out, which is a 6, which is ripped to second base. And that's Green. Green flips to Brown and over to Davis for a 4-6-3 double play. So a big double play turned by the A's, and that's 2 outs, nobody on. Here's Melton. Melton with a 52. That's a deep drive. So we're going to look at Melton's card. And that's going to be an 8. But it's a 15. And a 15 is going to be a deep, and that's going to be gone. That's a home run. Because only on the park numbers do we look. So a home run solo shot by Melton. Melton did hit 33 home runs in 1971, so he's got some big-time power. And lucky we turned that double play, otherwise this game would be tied. So yes, sirree, Melton connects, drives it deep to left center field, and that's gone. Here's Reichart now with a 0-8, and that is ripped to left for a base hit, played on a hop by Rudy. And he's on at first. Here's Carlos May. Carlos May with a 23, and that'll be struck him out. Ball game over. So one run on 3 hits in the bottom of the 9th, and the A's just get by the White Sox by a score of 2-1. The A's had 5 hits. I don't think they had any errors. And the White Sox had 6 hits. And I don't think they committed any errors. They did have a wild pitch. And that's about it. So Segui, Fingers will get his 7th save. And Segui will win it. He goes 3-2. And Fingers gets his 7th save of the year. While, let's see, give me a second, Morales. 4, I'll tell you, K and P4. And, oh, I shouldn't have Bart Johnson in there. I shouldn't have. It's not supposed to be Bart, it's supposed to be Magnuson, so I got to go back. Yeah, Magnuson, he loses it, and he'll be 1-2. That's what I was trying to check out. And that's it. This is Deep Drive Baseball version 3. The A's go 50. What did I say they were? They were 51. Hold on. The A's will be 51-30. And the White Sox will be 38-41. And this is Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. Remember to join Universal Baseball Association Facebook group. And remember to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys soon. Take care.